Let me begin by congratulating you on the huge achievement that Mehta Boys has got on like getting selected as the best feature film at the Chicago South Asian Film Festival.
Thank you.
So I saw a few videos where we saw some standing ovation that the film got, and it's a huge achievement. So how did you feel about that?
I was in shock. I just couldn't believe what was happening because it was very new for me. It was my first film festival, and I feel very grateful to Baman sir for making it happen, making a dream of mine come true. My brother who was with me, and he kind of even recorded people kind of giving us a standing ovation because he wanted to send it back to my parents. And I think when I was there, I couldn't process it really. It was just after, especially during when we interacted with the audience who had watched it. That's when it really kicked in because for me it was the first time watching a project of mine with a live audience, getting instant feedback. So I think it's a core memory for me. I'll never forget that day ever in my life, and I feel very grateful even to Chicago South Asian Film Festival for having us.
And that also brings me to the fact that during the Q&A panel, which you mentioned after the film, Boman Irani sir mentions about this one particular final scene of the film where you have acted out the emotions and some layers really well. And he also gets into the details of it. So, is there anything that you would like to convey about the film to the fans that are waiting for its release?
Truly at that moment, Bhavan sir was being super kind. I didn't get a chance to mention it then, but it was all in the genius of his writing. Everything that if we mention their layers to the character, it's all thanks to what he has written. We as actors have to just go and perform it and make those words come alive. So truly all credit goes to sir. The way he has written the film, the way he envisioned it, because it's truly a very heartfelt movie. It's made with a lot of love, and beauty lies in simplicity. So I feel that's what makes the movie all the more beautiful. And I would just want people to go and watch the film, and hopefully it becomes a conversation starter. Not because it's something that is absolutely out of the box, something that we've never heard or spoken about, but sometimes we forget to talk about things that are truly relevant, truly important in life because we get so caught up with everything else. Because that's how I felt when I read the script. And I felt like going and, speaking to my parents and giving my dad a hug. And I have a feeling that after my dad watches the movie, he's going to want to give me a hug. So that's the beauty of the movie, I feel. So every, parent and child should watch the film.
And also, like, very well put. But alongside that, the feeling of being at the film festival, like when you were going through the script, would you have imagined that you would be at a film festival and the film festival would be recognizing this good films in the manner that it did, like in such a huge manner?
I don't think you ever go into anything thinking like that. You always hope for the best for a project. But I did have a feeling when I, signed on to the project that this is going to be something very special. I didn't know the specific reasons, but you just have a gut feeling that this is going to be something that is going to stay with me. There's certain projects that just really shape things for you. So I always had an indication that this is going to be um, I don't know how to put it correctly. I just feel a lot of gratitude, a lot of um, great, like just genuinely, just gratitude for being a part of this project because I got to work with people I adore, be it Baman sir, be it Alex sir, who is an Academy Award winning writer. It was just for me, I would have never thought of, this day happening. So I think it was kind of more than anything else, it was also a major confidence booster for me, that just keep dreaming. No dream is too big, I guess.
So, as you mentioned, the Academy Award winner and screenwriter Mr. Alexander, who like you have worked so early in your journey on. So, how insightful was that, like working with him?
Oh, it was absolutely phenomenal. I remember I was very excited. Firstly, of course, we were taking our movie international. We were going for a very prestigious film festival, but I was also going to meet Alexa in person. So I was very excited about that because we'd only, interacted virtually on, on FaceTime with Bouncer and because obviously Bouncer and Alex have written the film over years and, their friendship dates back many, many years. So for me to meet him was such a I don't know how to put it into words because I've adored all the movies he's worked on. They both of those men are probably one of the reasons why I'm doing what I do, today because they've impacted me so much. So I had so many questions, but just before that, I just wanted to take in a moment that I was getting to interact with him. We were very lucky; they were so kind that they held a masterclass during the film festival, which I think there's no amount of money, nothing in this world that can compare to the kind of knowledge and the kind of information they imparted to the audience. And, so like just with unconditional love, it was just that, okay, you have a question, I'm going to try my level best to clear whatever your doubt is, or if anybody asks them anything about our movie or about any of their own movies, they didn't hold back at all. In fact, obviously everything has a time limit, so it just got over really fast, and even they were like, we wish we could have done this for longer. So that was just so lovely to see that two of these people who probably achieved everything that there is achieved to achieve in their respective fields, were just being so humble and giving. So that was just amazing.
And with that, if we go back to your journey, like you also did a short film with Imtiaz Ali sir, and you had like all of the films that you have done have had some layers to it, some emotions to it. So, do
Yeah.
you feel that the scripts and the storyline has been a very strong hold or the center stage in selecting the projects that you have been doing?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I feel like I've only had the good fortune of working with directors who write very layered characters. None of them are, unidimensional. If I can speak for even Mehta Boys, Baman sir really made her three-dimensional for me, Zara, which was on paper. Before I could even enact her out, the way he explained her to me, the context that he gave me, the backstory that he gave me, the just basically the situations of every scene, etc. For me, she had already become three-dimensional. She was not just a unidimensional character. So for me, I feel very lucky that I've worked with people who write such characters, I guess.
And right from the beginning, like even with Dear Maya, I think very less performances are as good as the films like that are too true to storytelling. And I'm sure that Mehta Boys is one of those films which will be praised by everyone. And I would just want to ask, how have you grown as a performer from the beginning of your journey and reaching to Mehta Boys with all the like workshops that might have gone, all the training right from the theater and auditions that you were giving?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel it's been a really amazing journey for me. I've, again, besides getting to work with people I personally adore, I've also had the fortune of workshopping with each of them because they each believe in that process of, workshopping. So I got to learn a lot. I've not had a formal acting training as such. I've not gone to an acting school, but I've been lucky enough to workshop from, like you mentioned, Imtiaz sir to Nasir sir, Baman sir, Anand sir. So every project, more than anything else, more than I've given it, I feel like I have gotten from them. And for now, I'm just waiting for you and the audience to tell me what is the change or graph that they see in my performance because personally for me it's been an upward step by step upward journey at least for me. So now I just am waiting to see that does that fructify on screen as well.
And you also have another season of the Bandish Bandits which got so much love
Yes,
coming up soon. So,
yes.
like the love that the first one got was immense. And staying true to that character, do you have to like match the expectations for the second season? And how is the preparation for all of that thing?
It's been one of the best experiences for me. I remember when I got a call saying we're starting season two. I was so excited, but I was so nervous. And I remember and I met Anand sir, who's our director. I was just like, excited to see what's going to happen with Tamanna and Radhe and, the entire family and just what's the journey now because obviously there's a hook that season one ends on. So I had become like an audience. I was reading the script like an audience and stuff like that. So it's an entire, I mean, it's a beautiful world. I've fallen in love with the story. I truly cannot wait for people to watch it because it was so much fun making it. It was like going back to your family because we shot season one a couple of years ago, and then coming back to the same characters and stuff like that was very interesting and exciting. So I've given it a lot. I don't know how to say it without saying anything about the show because I'm not supposed to say anything. But all I want to say is just watch out, and hopefully you won't be disappointed.
Also reminds me back in the season one when you were doing a promotional interview, you also mentioned that you were not allowed to tell people that you are shooting for the first season of Bandish Bandits or you have been selected for it.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to scream in joy, and that was the level of excitement. Having done so many films and shows later, do you feel the excitement still stays the same?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. And the same thing happened. We were shooting season two, and we obviously we were not meant to speak about it at that point because it doesn't make sense, right? So I was just waiting. I was just happy that they announced that season two is now coming soon because we shot it over a period of time, and truly, the excitement is exactly the same because every project is special in its own way, and this one, furthermore, because it's really given me a lot in life, so it holds a very special place in my life. So for me, it was very exciting to get to play someone, and someone was a very fun character to play. Yeah. So I was very excited.
And more so, not just in the show, like even in the promotional journey, like when you are doing the interviews, they were kind of unique. The marketing strategy was with the Gen Z lingo terms or with the love in 2020. And being in the lockdown, you still had this creative promotional strategy.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
looking forward to the promotions of season two soon.
No, that's kudos to the entire Prime team, the Amazon team, and our director and producer Anand and Amrit, who really, like you said, even for me, because I've studied advertising, so I've had like a little bit of marketing and this and that, and social media and all of that. And I was like, in lockdown now, who's going to watch? How will they know? But they really pulled it off so beautifully, and I truly feel it's because they sort of maybe believed in the show as well. So I'm excited to see what happens with season two because there's a lot more music, a lot more of what you saw in season one coming your way. So it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting. In due time.
And with it being a lockdown period, as you mentioned, there were so many OTT shows that were coming in, but still being able to leave a mark and create that space that people are so eager to join the, like, watch the season two, and like all
Yeah.
of your comments are like, when's the season two coming? So
Yeah.
that, that was a huge mark. But also, you have also mentioned in variety of interviews that you were like during your school and the other days, you were very
Yeah.
academically inclined, and
Yes.
you had like two things in mind. One of them were good grades, and the second one being Hrithik Roshan, as you mentioned. So, so have you always been a Bollywood fan, or like how has that been?
Through and through. I think I came out of my mother's stomach and I started watching Bollywood movies. And probably holds true because I'm sure my mother watched a lot of movies when I was in her stomach. I really got that from my mother. She, from a very early on time in my life, made me watch one movie every week, and it was across the board. Be it regional movies. My mother's a Maharashtrian, so I watched a lot of Marathi films growing up. Used to go to the theater and watch live stage shows also. Um, be it any language, Gujarati movies, South Indian movies, or even international movies for that matter. So I've grown up around movies in a way that just watching them as an audience and loving movies. Like it was like, oh yes, we're gonna go watch a movie. And when I was like, obviously this is pre-lockdown, so going to the theater was a huge experience. And then slowly when I joined college, the onset of OTT with Netflix and Amazon, and That was also phenomenal because I got to see so much more. I got access very easily to, like I mentioned, other languages and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like I do what I do today because at a very early stage in my life realized I am fully engulfed by the magic of cinema.
And also the entire thing, like academically, you also said you wanted to be a vet or you wanted to be a pilot, and you went through the entire process of how you were trying to balance the profession or the passions that were going on in life. So, and you said some beautiful philosophical words about how the oxygen for life is, or um, like how at the present moment would you say, like after the experience of working as an actor, have you been balancing the passion and profession, and what would be the supportive environment that you have built for it?
You're so sweet. Your research is so thorough because you're absolutely right. I wanted to be all of those things, and I was also very good in at academically. I was also head girl of my school, and I never really mentioned because I used to be a little shy relatively. I never mentioned or had the guts to say I want to be an actor, though it was there inside somewhere. Like the fire was always there. So I did. I wanted to be a vet because I love animals and I used to love biology growing up. And then, when you're growing up, your parents are like, okay, what do you love to do? You should do something in and around it. What are your passions? So I used to really love animals and travel and all of those things. And then, like you rightfully said, I read something which also my mother then reiterated to me is that when you want something as badly as you want to breathe, that's when you know you really love that. And that holds true even now. It's been a couple of, I would say 2, 3 years since, I said that. And it's exactly the same. I feel very lucky that I'm probably that 1% that gets to do what I love to do every single day. And yeah, acting really makes me feel alive. It is my oxygen. So I'm just excited that I have this work that people are looking forward to watch. I feel very grateful to all the audiences who adored even Bandish Bandits over the years, or even the reception now to Mehta Boys since the poster has dropped, and now the fact that we had our world premiere at a festival. So it's the best kind of gift for an artist to have people saying that, oh, we're looking forward to watching your work, so just waiting for you to watch it.
And like Bandish Bandits, the show was such that the Indian classical music was on the center stage, and with all the love that went around and all of the other family complexities and everything else,
Yeah.
um, how would you say? Like you mentioned that you had a few singing auditions, and so how did it evolve the taste for Indian music for you?
Oh, it fully evolved. In fact, um, Spanish Bandits is not just a show for me. It's not just a project for me. It's not just like it really encompasses what I mean when I say I feel like an artist. It's really thanks to Bandish Bandits because I did grow up listening to classical music. My mother and my grandmother loved classical music, so it would play a lot in my house. But I would say I was never like a huge, I would say, fan of it. I would listen to it by chance, because they would be playing it. But I truly fell in love and respected classical music after working on Bandish Bandits myself, which is exactly, I think, what even happened to the audience. It happened to me while filming because the music was beautiful. I started hearing stories about their singers and how a song was made, and about ragas and about say tansen, and how people made it rain, etc. And these are things that really happen, whether we want to believe them or not. So there is a magic there. So like I said, there is a magic of cinema. I really feel there is a magic of music as well, which I think I had not fully given it the um, like Hindi में दर्जा बोलते हैं. I don't know how to say it in English. The value that I should have
Yes.
given it, or the pedestal that I should have given it. Because I was like, oh, music. I listen to it every day, but it really increased. My love and my respect for art forms and music really increased after Bandish Bandits.
And not being a social media person before you started the promotions, and not being that social media savvy. And now, if I
Yeah.
just go through the comments, like even on the other conversations, there are some gifs that are there in the comments, and those would be like "Tum awesome ho, main awesome hu," and the rooftops. And so it's like it has been a part of pop culture. So how do you feel when you see these things happening?
No, that's very sweet of you to say. It's very exciting, yeah. Obviously, it's the like I said, it's the best thing for an artist to have somebody come and tell you a dialogue of yours, or they like this, or they like that, or a memory of theirs while watching. Because I've been exactly that growing up. I have so many memories of, say, for example, watching movies of, say, Baman I have a memory of every movie and every character of his, and now getting to work with him, I feel the excitement. So when somebody comes and uh, gives me a little bit of excitement or love, I feel so grateful that, thank you for taking out time and watching my work. And if I'm in your memory, then all the more thank you. So it's like that driving force that you're just like, you know what, I want to keep them happy. I want to keep my audience happy. So it just motivates you to do better, I guess.
And be it traveling or playing with Jordan, or like you love boxing, what is like you are doing variety of things that might be refreshing your mind. So what is your passion? Does it make you more passionate for your work, or how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel your passions can be varied. I truly feel passionate about a variety of things. I'm very lucky that I get to be in a profession which was a passion for me. But there are a lot of other things that I feel like you mentioned. I absolutely love boxing. I've recently taken to a new sport called, I mean, not new, it's a relatively old sport. It's new to me. It's called paddleball. And I've just realized that all of these things just help me stay grounded, help me stay disciplined, which is very important as an artist because, you have days of working 16 to 20 hours a day, and then, you probably have 2 days where you're doing absolutely nothing. So I feel like just to have that routine, which like for example, singers have this routine wherein they practice and do their riyas every single day. As an actor, also it's very important to find your riyas, be it in terms of just performing or just living life, because that's what an artist is meant to do, right? So I feel lucky that I get to travel and be it playing sport or being with my dog Jordan. All of these things just are helping me not just grow, just I'm happy just living this way. Like in for me, they're very they all fulfill something or the other. I feel like it rounds a person in a way that's really nice. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I keep going for all of these things and keep at it.
Well, this has been a very lovely conversation, and I can't wait for the audience to feel the love for Meta Boys and just spread it on to you. And
Thank you so much,
once
yeah.
again, as much as the people are eager, we are also very eager to watch the second season of Bandish
Thank
Bandits.
you.